Hello and welcome to part 7 of our project management and accounting videos for Dynamics 365. This section is going to be on revenue recognition, and in order to do that, I'm going to take you through a few areas of the solution, and we'll show you how a calculation works, or how one of the calculation methods works. It's a good idea just to start with a slide here, just to show you, just to have a little discussion on this one. So revenue recognition is the most common basis is on a percentage of work completed. And the work completion percentage is calculated on an actual cost. So actuals that you've posted against the project divided by the budget cost. The expected revenue on the contract value equals the budgeted revenue times the work completion percentage, which we calculate above. And this is what drives what we're going to accrue in terms of revenue. So that expected revenue is going to be the accrued revenue. I'm just going to go into the software now, and then we'll come back to this slide afterwards, because I want to show you a little bit of the various methods on how this can be calculated and how it works. So in a project in Dynamics, we have something called cost templates. So we have some different methods on calculating our revenue recognition. We can do it based on a cost amount on a cost template, which is what I was talking about previously, and we'll look at an example of that. We can do it on a quantity basis, actually. So if we were counting hours, we can do revenue recognition based on the quantity of hours that have been posted. We can also use a work in progress percentage. So if we were using activities against a project, those will have a work in progress percentage against them. And so therefore we can use this method. We can also use a straight line method. So if we wanted to you do revenue recognition in a straight line method over the period of a project, then that's what this method is for. I'd say common one is based on cost amount. So let's go and have a look in a bit more detail. The other area of setup which defines this is something called project groups. When you create a project, you have to say what sort of project it is. So in this case, we could have a fixed price one based on with the revenue recognition model here down here. You see, this is pointing to where we were in the page a moment ago, completed contract or a completed percentage of the two common ones. So this area here called project groups is, as I say, every project is in a project group, and that's what drives how this works, and also how the posting works, the revenue accounts, etc. So let's go and have a look at an example project, and if we go into our list here, we've got a project called C43. Let's go and have a look at that one. Okay, and the process in Dynamics to carry this out is called an estimate. So the estimation routine, which I'm going to show you on one project here, but we can do for all projects, of course, is what calculates the figures, the percentage complete based on the data that's in the system, and then we'll calculate what it's going to accrue based on that as well. So we can run this, as I say, on an automatic basis, but also on a manual basis. So if I were to go into the general tab here and run this on an automatic basis and say calculate, I put in the date of the period that I'm going to run for, and it will return this figure, and it will return 3.62 in this case, because that's what we've run before. If I wanted to run it manually and set my own manual calculation of the completion, I could do. So let's make this 6% now. And we're going to recalculate, and I'll click calculate, keep everything else the same. and then we go back to overview, and you'll see that our accrued revenue has gone up now to 34,500 based on the 6%, and it knows a calculation has happened. So just to sort of illustrate the maths behind that and just make it clear on how it works. And also, obviously, the other thing that I should point out is on here, you can go and look at your costs in terms of the details as well. So the cost lines are typically expenses, hours, and items. So these are actual costs that have been posted against this project. So we've got this value for our expenses, no hours for this one, but some items that we've done purchase ordering for and invoicing for here as well. Committed cost, by the way, is you can see committed costs if a requisition has been approved for a project and or a purchase order has been approved, then this will show you the committed costs as well. So these are the costs that make up our, if we close this makes up our 24,150 on here. And just to come back to this calculation again, so yeah, so basically the red boxes here are those costs that were made up of our elements against our actuals project. Total cost here is the purple figure on the right. Percentage completion is one divided by the other, which gives us our 3.62 figure here. And then the system's taking the total contract value, which is 575,000 in this case, timesing it by that percentage to give us our 20,814.66 on here. So that's how this is working on a cost percentage. If I were to run this estimate for all projects, in fact, I have done that. Let's go in here. Then I get this screen, so it will show me basically I can see every project that I want to run this for and where we are in this estimate status. When we're happy with the estimate and we've run it correctly, then we will post it, which is why you've got a status of posted here. Everything created has not been posted, and posting will update the GL accounts accordingly, depending on how you set those up to post that accrual. Eliminated is where this process is also used to capitalize projects. So if you have an investment project where you are accumulating costs and then you're turning that project into a fixed asset potentially or a GL item, then that's what this eliminated status is here. So the estimation process is what is used to calculate and post financial transactions around revenue recognition and accruals. Thank you.